Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos. As I said, this is Boy Davenport speaking here, Red Devil 2018. As I said, I haven't been on in a while. As I said, I don't get much time now because I am really busy. But tonight I'm going to talk to you a lot about Manchester United. As I said, quite a lot. I used to do a lot of live videos, match previews, match reviews, and all that lot. Anyway, I'm going to do a review today on the Manchester United Newcastle game. That Manchester United did win by 3 goals to 2 in the current process. Didn't watch the game at all, but I found out a little bit about what happened. That because currently my local pub I went to have stopped BT for some current reason. I don't think they've paid the bill or for some reason. And BT currently streamed the Manchester United Newcastle game. So yeah, Manchester United won by 3 goals to 2 against Newcastle today. Won by 3 goals to 2 against Newcastle today. We knew that Jose Mourinho was under so much pressure, and he was on the verge of getting sacked by Manchester United. As I heard on Sky Sports, Gary Neville had a say on it. Roy Keane had a say on it. That we know that I'm Manchester United supporting myself, as you all gathered when I used to do my live videos. Quite a lot. As I said, I don't get much time now, but yeah, Gary Neville said, we know we are one of the biggest clubs in the world. With the most success. Manchester United and Liverpool are the two most successful clubs in English football, as we all currently know. But yeah, Manchester United won the game by 3 goals to 2 against Newcastle. After what I saw, Manchester United had 18 shots, Newcastle had 13. We had 10 on target, Newcastle had 8 on target. But yeah. We was currently, apparently as I saw, we was 2-0 down in the first 10 minutes of the game. Kennedy gave Newcastle a lead. I didn't watch the game, so I can't give a full review. Mewtwo had scored as well on his Premier League debut for Newcastle as well, and we was currently 2-0 down. But yeah, he was on the verge of getting sacked. Jose Mourinho, basically Sky Sports had published that if Manchester United had lost today or not got a good result against Newcastle today, that Jose Mourinho would have been sacked from Manchester United. But I'm going to have a talk about Manchester United because we know we're the most successful club. We know it hasn't been the same since Sir Alex Ferguson left the club. It just hasn't been the same. And he made his retirement in 2013, where he won his last league title with Manchester United. He won 20 league titles, all Manchester United, 13 Premier League, 7 all first divisions. About 11, 12 FA Cups. 5 League Cups. Champions Leagues as well. And Ferguson was just one of the most successful managers in football, as we all know. And we got him from 1984 from Aberdeen. He was at Manchester United for like 28, 29 years. So basically, he was at Manchester United, for nearly 3 decades. And he went 4 years without winning a trophy. Did Alex Ferguson? We know he was on the verge of getting sacked. He had great players like Michael Keane, Van, Roy Keane, sorry, not Michael, Roy Keane, Van Nistelrooy, Scholes, Giggs, was Manchester United all his life, scored so many goals, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ferguson had so many great players, and, they played for him, and and we know Ferguson wasn't arrogant like Jose Mourinho was, he did get the hair dry out, we know that Ferguson was a bad loser, we know that Old Trafford was a fortress, when Alex Ferguson was at the club and all this. And we know everyone said, it hasn't been the same since Alex Ferguson left Manchester United. And we know it's a complete different squad now at this current moment in time, since Alex Ferguson's squad as we currently know. But we know Jose Mourinho is a fantastic manager. Everyone's saying, he's been under pressure. The fans are on his back. He might pass it now, but since he joined Manchester United, a couple of years ago, we know like he's signed around about 10, 11 players, since he's been appointed Manchester United manager. Jose Mourinho, we know he's spent about over 370 million pound on players, since he's come to Manchester United, Jose Mourinho, and he's got a fantastic pedigree, Jose Mourinho, he's won titles every club he's been at, with Inter Milan, Porto, Real Madrid, Porto, Real Madrid, I think, PSG, also with Chelsea, won the Premier League a couple of times with Chelsea as well. He got sacked from Chelsea due to the doctor incident as well. As we all currently know, and with Manchester United, Jose Mourinho on his first season won 3 trophies. He won the Community Shield, as people wouldn't count as just a friendly, the League Cup and the Europa League as well. Currently won nothing last season. In his first season, Jose Mourinho did sign like 4 players. You know, he got Matic, Eric Bailly, Lindelof, and Romelu Lukaku. And Lukaku performed very, very well in his first season with Manchester United. You know, he scored 24 goals. I think was it just in the Premier League? You know, he scored 4 goals so far this season. And you know, also got Mkhitaryan, and then he got Sanchez. You know, in a swap deal with Sanchez and Mkhitaryan. You know, we know currently Sanchez. You know, in the second half of the season, last season, you know, he currently didn't make an impact at all. He was struggling. You know, his form at Arsenal was good. Sanchez, we know he was there since about 2013. You know, he was on about 31 goals a season with Arsenal. We know, and currently still now he hasn't made that impact at Manchester United. He hasn't established himself yet, Sanchez at Manchester United. As we all currently know, but I think he could improve in time to come, could Sanchez, because you know it was very, very versatile at Arsenal. We know he can play in numerous positions. You know, Alexis Sanchez. You know, he's currently receiving now, as we all know, half a million pounds a week, £500,000 a week at Manchester United. Is Alexis Sanchez, but you know we've got a few left winners that can play on that part. We've got Sanchez, Anthony Martial, who we've had since 2015 Monaco. You know, Marcus Rashford, who was in the ranks. You know, since he was 7 years old, and he's got fantastic genuine pace, as we all know as Marcus Rashford. But Sanchez, I think in time to come, he will settle in the Manchester United squad. And in my opinion, I don't think you know the players are playing for Jose Mourinho. In my opinion, just like they did with David Moyes, as we all know. Just wait there a minute. I just don't think the players are playing for Jose Mourinho, as I currently said. But Jose Mourinho is a fantastic manager. You know, he's got a good pedigree. People saying, you know, he might pass it now. You know, currently Manchester United, you know, this is our worst start to the season in a lot of years. You know, now we've played 8 games. We won today against Newcastle. I'm going to go into that in a minute. We've played 8. We've won 4. Played 8. We've won 4. We've drawn 1, and we've lost 3. And 2 of them were low oppositions. You know, we did lose to Tottenham as well at Old Trafford by 3 goals to 0. We know Newcastle are in really, really bad form as well, and we just come back. We did well to come back. I don't think we should have been 2-0 down in the first place. You know, Newcastle in their first 8, you know, before today, in their first 7 games before today's kickoff, you know, they haven't won a game, and they're winless this season in the Premier League. Newcastle now, they've played 8. You know, they haven't won 1 game. They've drawn 2. They've had 6 defeats of Newcastle United this season out of their first 8 games, and that is really, really bad for them. You know, we've scored 13 goals, you know, this season in the league. You know, we've let 14 in, so we have scored quite a few goals, but we have leaked a lot of goals as well, which is very, very bad. So that just proves how static our defence is, you know, as I said. But yeah, going into the game, as I said, Manchester United won 3-2. We was 2-0 down in the first 10 minutes. You know, I didn't watch the game, so I can't do a full review on the game. You know, I think Juan Mata come on for Bailey in the 19th minute of the game, as I saw on the stats on one of my football apps. As I said, Mata got one of the goals back. I think it was in the 70th minute. Within a 20-minute period, we come back and we turned the game around, and we was winning the game 3-2. Mata scored. Pogba got the assist. Also, Ashley Young got an assist on one of the goals as well. I think that was the, if I can remember rightly, that was the Anthony Martial goal that Paul Pogba got the assist on, and I think Young got the assist for the Sanchez goal. Sanchez scored in the 90th minute. The referee had put 5 minutes added time on in the game as well. But I couldn't watch the game because currently in the local pub, BT wasn't streaming the game. But we know before this game, in the last 4 games before this in all competitions, we was winless. We didn't win a game. You know, we drew with Wolves at Old Trafford quite a few weeks ago. You know, we got knocked out of the cup by Derby. We drew the game 2-2. And we scored in the last minute in that game as well. We currently lost 8-7 on penalties. And, you know, but then, you know, then we suffered a 3-1 defeat to West Ham last week at Upton Park. That was 3-1 to West Ham. And we drew midweek in the Champions League with Valencia as well, which was very, very bad. But, you know, against Newcastle, we usually have a fantastic record against Newcastle. I thought when we went down, when I checked the score, that it was going to be our 4th defeat of the season in the Premier League, as we currently lost 3 anywhere. But currently we know that we've only lost 1 game in our last. We've only lost once once against Newcastle in our last 36 games at Old Trafford. Against them, this is currently Old Trafford. As we all know, we lost to Newcastle back in February by a goal to nil. You saw my live video on that. And the last time we lost to Newcastle Old Trafford was under the David Moyes era when we lost 1-0. It was a Yonica by goal. We lost that game under David Moyes era. But, considering that so far this season, Manchester City are flying high so far because they won the league last season. They spent a lot of money. They've got players like Sane, Aguero. They're due to have Kevin De Bruyne back as well. For me, he's one of the best players in the Premier League, in my opinion. It's going to be a good game tomorrow between Manchester City and Liverpool. Teams I really both hate because I'm a Manchester United supporter. Obviously, followed them all my life. I used to go to games when I was younger, when I had the money, to afford it, as I said. But yeah. But yeah, when I had the money to afford it. But Manchester City spent a lot of money, as we all know. They've got Pep Guardiola as a fantastic manager. He's got a fantastic pedigree, with Barcelona. He's also had it with Bayern Munich. And you can just tell this team City United, City's team's gelling, our team's not gelling. And Liverpool also up there, they spent quite a bit of money in the transfer window. Jurgen Klopp was a very good manager. They got Shaqiri, they got Salah was it 30, 40 on goals last season for Liverpool when they purchased him from Roma. And Liverpool are looking very, very good this season. I think defensively they are still got problems defensively like we have. Like New City top at the moment, they've played 7, they've won 6, drawn 1. But look at the difference. City have scored 21 goals, they've only leaked 3 goals in, they've only conceded 3 goals. Liverpool have scored 15, they've let 3 goals in the Premier League. And you've got Chelsea as well, who are, Chelsea are undefeated, Liverpool are undefeated so far, and City are undefeated so far in the Premier League. Liverpool have lost 1 in the Champions League, and we know to Napoli as well. I thought Liverpool, I think Liverpool this season have got a chance to win the Premier League. They've never won the actual Premier League since it got changed the name. They've won all the old first divisions, as we all know. I think they've got a chance this season. Liverpool will win the league. Probably Man City could win it this season. Maybe Chelsea could win it this season as well. Chelsea won it under Conte. As we're in this first season, as we all know. But we know we're not going to win the league for a long, long time. Now I think we've had our success, as I said. But yeah, we know under managerial is that I think we have spent a lot more. We have spent more than City. We spent more than Liverpool, and we spent more than Chelsea. And I think in all the managerial areas, since Fergie left, under David Moyes, we spent money. He bought Fellaini, and that was a panic buy, as we all know. Moyes had been at Everton like 9, was it decade, 10, 11 years. He'd been at Everton very, very good. But yeah, as I said, he only lasted 9 months at Manchester United. David Moyes didn't have the club was too big for David Moyes to handle, and he was at an average team, and I think the club was just far, far too big for David Moyes to handle. As we all know, he'd been at West Ham and David Moyes, he'd been at Real Sociedad and David Moyes, and he got sacked from them all. But now I think David Moyes is the actual favourite to take over the Aston Villa job, as we all been notified like 2 or 3 days ago that Steve Bruce had been sacked from Aston Villa. We had Van Gaal. He done well with Bayern Munich. He wasn't that very good at Manchester United. Won a couple of trophies with him as well. But David Moyes has been sacked after 8-9 months at Manchester United. But overall, the managerial areas now, including Jose Mourinho, we have spent about £1 billion, or maybe just more than £1 billion on players. We paid £89 million Paul Pogba, who I think is rubbish in my opinion. I think he was good at Juventus, but I think he's not that very good at Manchester United. He's supposed to be our leader in that midfield alongside Matic and Fred, who we recently purchased back in August, I think it was. Fred, I can't remember who we got him from. I'll need to look that up a bit more. But I think Paul Pogba, £89 million, not even with £3 million in my opinion. I think he has the odd good game now and then for Manchester United. I think he has a lot of skill, does Paul Pogba. As I said, he got an assist I should say yesterday now, because it is 10 past 12 at night. But Pogba, 89 million, was it 2011, 2012? We got him for like £2-3 million from Juventus. And then a couple of seasons after, I think it was, I can't remember the full thing, we let him go on a free transfer back. And then, was it a year or two after, then we purchased him for £89 million from Juventus, and he was nowhere near with that, because I just don't think Paul Pogba, in my opinion, just doesn't want to play for Jose Mourinho. I don't think a lot of the players, want to currently play for Jose Mourinho. And he did say, as I said about Sky Sports, Gary Neville had to say, this is not Manchester United. And he admitted that he loved the club because, he played for the club a lot of years. He gelled with a lot of players, under Alex Ferguson. That's when we was, one of the best teams in the world. And we were just absolutely fantastic, We had Rooney, we had Carlos Tevez, we had Ronaldo, basically still one of the best players in the world for me, even though he's aging up, and it just hasn't been the same, in my opinion, since Alex Ferguson left. We won the game today. It was a fantastic comeback by Manchester United. We got the victory. Was 2-0 down. In the first 10 minutes, it was 2-0 at half time, and it took us till the 70th minute. Till the 90. For us to get back in the game. And Sanchez came off the bench and got the winner. He replaced Marcus Rashford. We know Mata came on for Bailey in the 19th minute. We also got, Fellaini come on, Scott Tominway as well, just at the start of the second half as well. But next we have got two tough games coming up. We've got Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea Stamford Bridge, I think it's 19th, 20th October. Then I think we've got a Champions League game, Juventus at Old Trafford as well. But I think this club is still in turmoil, in my opinion. I'm happy that we did get the victory today. It currently puts us 8th in the current table, but it's still not looking good at Manchester United. But there has been talks, as we all know, that if Mourinho does get the sack from Manchester United, that there has been talks that Zinedine Zidane from Madrid, that he could be appointed as the new Manchester United man. But as I said, Roy Keane had to say, Gary Neville had to say that he loves the club. Gary Neville is just ashamed, and he's annoyed about that the players are putting no effort in, they're showing no passion for the badge or the club, and they're basically just saying they're not playing for the manager, as we currently all know in the current process. So I want to know your opinions on what I'm saying, guys. Want to know your opinions on this. But yeah, it did sound, guys. Manchester United did not win tonight. That Mourinho would have been sacked. I think I heard that possibly, even if we did get the win, which we did, that Mourinho still could have been sacked. I think he's still under serious pressure from leaving Manchester United, as we all know, because we are not the same team. As we currently all know, we spent a lot of money on players. We're currently in debt by absolute millions, as every football fan who is aware. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens in the current process. I think it's going to be difficult for us to get out at Chelsea. I think it's going to be difficult for us to get a victory against any of the top teams. The way it's going at the current moment. But I'd like to know your opinions on this. Put your comments and likes below. Subscribe to Chazzaboy Davenport, Red Devil 2018. And I'll see you guys when I can next come on, which could be a while away. Yeah, as I said, I don't know. See you guys, subscribe, drop a like. If you do consider dropping a like, I'd appreciate it a lot. And take care, guys. God bless. I'll see you all later. Bye. And we all know, as I said, Jose Mourinho didn't get, since he joined the club, he didn't, before I go, he didn't get some of the targets that he wanted to get in the transfer windows. Ones went after Firmino, we never got him. Ones went after Ivan Perisic, never got him. Mourinho had a few targets that he didn't get, unfortunately, as we all said. But yeah, guys, as I said, drop a comments and likes below on the video. Subscribe to my channel, and take care. God bless, guys. And I'll see you all later. Goodbye. Bye.